Let's get live and focused. Your boy Step Back, Mikey, in the flesh, going in. We're talking about the teams in the East Coast, the Detroit, yes, Motor City Murder Men from Detroit. The Pistons enter in the season with a lot of new faces and a lot of new pieces. We want to go through the roster, understand where they land in the strong but potent Central Division that has the Chicago Bulls, the Cleveland Cavaliers, you're seeing them, Indiana, and Milwaukee. It's a tough group. Can the Pistons make the next step in order to try to make the playoffs? We're going to go in and really look at what's happening with this Piston squad. All right, so let's just dive in and check out this team and look at some of the changes that have entered in the market that make them a little bit more special than last year. Roster wise, all right, transactions, we kick off with that and get the detail into what has changed from last year to this year. And here goes the roster. At the end of the day, a lot of people waived. I thought Cassius Stanley was a great pickup for this team. He did not make the squad, an exceptional leaper. They already got Hamidou Diallo. Not sure if Cassius lands somewhere, but again, I love this opportunity for him. Too bad, too short of a time for him. Derek Walton was just waived. Another kid, point guard, Michigan, much like to him, but wasn't able to make the squad. Jared Cunningham, another sharpshooter, had a trajectory early on in his career, couldn't make it happen. He's also waved off. DeAndre Jordan left and went over to the LA Lakers. Here goes some big pickups for them. Luka Garza, tremendous. Big draft pick. The guy was balling out of control in the Big Ten. He's a sleeper pickup. It's going to be a great backup and a potential starter in this league. You heard it here first, okay? Chris Smith is still on the squad for now. Let's see what happens. I still like Cassius over Chris Smith. And then we got Frank Jackson that re-signed himself, forced their hand playing so well in the summer. Corey Joseph was signed. Don't necessarily like the pickup last year, but it is what it is. They signed in Rodney Magruder, a consistent scorer, and we know about the big draft pick and Cade Cunningham, which was interesting. Not sure what happens with that guy. Let me give you some more pieces because people didn't look at this. Trey Lyles signed as a free agent with the squad. A guy that I loved out of Kentucky. A PF, a power forward that can shoot the ball. Exceptional game mentality, means game wherewithal, game brains. And he was an athlete at some point. I call him a little bit above average athlete. Trey Lyles also enters the team. Isaiah Livers has not been cut yet, but another big pick that I want to talk about is Kelly Olynyk. They added Kelly Olynyk to the squad. So after losing Drummond and DeAndre, some of the more defensive-minded centers, they added in some thought-provoking centers, power forwards, guys that can think the game. I keep going like this because this is important. We got to see what's going to happen with this Pistons squad. They are a sleeper, and I'm exceptionally interested in what they do this year. Now, as we get into their roster, we start looking at some photos and you kind of see who's there. Again, there's moves being made as we speak, hence why you give me slack with these team reviews as they go in through the first 2 weeks of the season. Ben Simmons is really jacking us up. We don't know what's going to happen with Benny and how he's going to end up and change the whole landscape of the NBA. That said, let's go into it. Saddiq Bey, scorer, big time numbers last year, big time stats when we look at scoring perspective. Let's just do it like that. Yeah, player stats. All right, let's go into it. So Saddiq Bey had a tremendous season last year. He was a sleeper. No one expected what they saw out of the kid, and he's going to have to lead the pack again and put up bigger numbers. I still think he's a role player, but he's certainly providing himself the ammunition to be a starter. All right. So when we look at him, he comes in at the third slot. I'm not mentioning the other two, but that's a tremendous opportunity for him to get better. Shooting 38% from three, 40% from field goal range, and then doing everything. Rebounding 4.5, 1.4. He's an all-around player, positionless player. Okay, they got a couple of those guys. I'm gonna go one up. People sleeping on this kid from the Michigan area. I believe from the no, he's not. I think he's from Detroit or Flint. Anyway, Josh Jackson, a heralded superstar coming out of high school, number one ranked player, is finally getting the opportunity in Detroit. But one thing he hasn't been improving on is that 3-point shooting. 30%, needs help there, 41% from the field goal range, but doing everything else. Can work on his turnovers. I'm excited for Josh. 62 game season in double figures, not bad. If he gets the 3-point clip up, don't be surprised to see Josh Jackson level up again to be a top tier athlete and potentially, you hear it here first, an MIP player of the year. And I'll say it again, maybe all-star. Yes, Josh Jackson. Jeremy Grant has been playing at a tremendous level throughout his career and has shown constant improvement. He is their top player by far, 22 points per game. Look at the 3-point percentage. Really hurt the clip, really hurt Denver when he left. 3-point percentage is at 35%. Field goals, 42.9. I mean, the guy's doing it all. You got to respect that. You got to appreciate that. And I like what I'm seeing from this kid. Other guys that we got to look at. I believe Mason Plumlee's gone, so you got to forget about that. Frank Jackson comes in, makes this guy the next double-digit guy. Wayne Ellington is gone. Stewart now comes in, slots in with Mason Plumlee, and that's where we see some movement. Dennis Smith Jr., of course, is gone, and then you got Killian Hayes, Sabine Lee, and then Boya's gone. Okafor is gone. They lost a lot of folks over the summer. Tyler Cook is gone. Now, where's the depth chart for the squad? All right, because they're almost brand new at the end of the day. Killian Hayes is going to be slotted in at the starting guard spot. They're going to have a dual, I'll call it, skilled man position at the guard, shooting guard position, Killian and Cade Cunningham. That's going to be interesting. Defensively, don't like it. Okay. Josh Jackson is going to be there at the bottom end shooting guard, coming in the backup. Cade is what the assumption is. Not sure that happens. Cade's injured. Let's see how Josh Jackson runs it. I'm not saying Cade's going to come off the bench. I don't think he can as a number one pick, but this is going to be interesting. I think maybe sliding Cade at the starting and then maybe leave Killian at the second unit. Corey Joseph leads a defensive anchor for the point guards. This is a solid line for this point guard position, but not enough speed. There's not enough speed here. Saban Lee is a guy that comes in here and there, not too sure about him. Looks speedy, but not sure if he's enough for the amount of point guards they have in the NBA here. Can't be too slow all the way around, right? Can't have 3 Steph Currys on the team at the guard position. Need a little bit of transition and switch up. Same goes for a guy like DeMarcus, call it the Russell kid out of Minnesota. All right. So now, shooting guard position, Cade Cunningham, Josh Jackson, like that. Hamidou Diallo. I think this is where it slides. Josh Jackson moves into this shooting guard position, and then you have Hamidou Diallo as a backup, and then you got Frank Jackson at the third. That's going to be interesting. Small forward. I think this is where they're strongest at, to be straightforward with you, at this guard position. Very strong shooting guard lineup. Really scary, actually, when you look at all the talent there. And they almost brought in Cassius Stanley to add on to that meet. Not sure why I didn't go with him. I would have gone with him over Magruder, to be straight up honest with you, or Chris Smith. But there's something they see. Now, small forward, Bay Diallo. Okay? Not bad. Not bad. Josh Jackson can also play that. These are interchangeable players. You got Livers, the recent draft pick, who can do a little bit of something. And then, Jeremy Grant can slide in there, as well as Cade Cunningham. They got a lot of positionless basketball here with guys that can do a lot of different things. So that's awesome. Again, Magruder, not sure where he fits in, as well as Livers and Smith. All right. Power forward, this is where their strength is at, in my opinion. You got Grant there, who's going to be much faster than anything inside his realm. Probably be the quickest power forward out there, period, right? Other than Tempa Kupo. Grant's going to be scary there. He's going to be able to score a lot. Give him this opportunity. I like Grant at the power forward because of the advantage it gives him. Kelly Olynyk comes in, slide in as the backup power forward, but I think it's more Trey Lyles. Trey Lyles will be the backup, and this is where they're a little bit light at. There's not really much there to back up Jeremy Grant. Again, Josh Jackson or Cade can move up to this position because they're about 6'7" and 6'9", that multifaceted height where they can do everything. However, not enough there to back up Jeremy, because Kelly's definitely going to be playing the backup center role. But that's why they got that great draft pick and Luke Garza. That makes a lot of sense for help, okay? Isaiah Stewart, tremendous, out of Washington. Don't sleep on the kid from New York, high draft pick. solid, strong, bulky, post moves, rebounds. Beautiful player. Right? He can give you double double. I think that'll be his career average once he gets settled. Tremendous talent. Great job for the Pistons picking him up. He's in these streets. Kelly Olynyk, again, can't say enough about the kid. I really can't. Can't say enough about what Kelly Olynyk brings to the table. Tremendous talent. He's going to play that dual role, being the backup power forward or center. So he's going to have two opportunities like that. And now the X factor. The X factor for me is Luke Garza. Right? How does Luke Garza play into this ball team? How does he really fit in, and how will he leak up? There's a potential Mr. Stewart may lose the role. Yes, he may lose the role of Garza eventually. All right. But I think I'm very high on Isaiah. I think they have one all-star potential with one of these guys, okay, and Garza and Stewart. You heard it here first from me. I'm just being straight up honest with you. I know skill set, borderline all-star level players in Stewart or Garza. All right, now let's go into the standings. Okay. Here goes where it gets a little bit interesting, right, for the squad. And sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't, okay? Do they get an opportunity to get in and make the playoffs? Right? Do they get in? Let's go through what I think is going to happen. Boston in, Brooklyn in, New York in, Philly in. That's 4. Central, where they're at, Bulls in, Milwaukee in, 6. Here goes where it gets tough, guys. Miami in, Atlanta in. East got tough, guys. The East Coast has gotten tough. It's going to be a tough road for them. I think they're 1 year out. And one more big draft pick out from being super talented. They need to really look at their backup positions, maybe shore up their power forward position, and maybe moving Jeremy Grant to a small forward type of role. But backup pieces, I think, of where they need help. I think they need a shot blocker. All right, straight up. That's what I think they need. They can probably get that from the G League, but if they can get a shot blocker this year to help out with the offensive talents of Garza and Stewart, I think that would be exceptional. Olynyk's another offensive guy. Other than that, I don't see much more for improvement unless they can add a superstar, which would be difficult to have. Hopefully they get that in Cade Cunningham. Detroit deserves it. But at this time, it's a tough role with a very, very strong team who's going to have to make some strong inroads. I think they have a better record than last year. However, playoffs is going to be really tough and dependent upon how the other teams shake out. It's your boy Step Back Mikey. I'm going to sign off here. Pistons for the win. Some of the X factors, obviously, for me is Cade Cunningham, his wherewithal. How does Diallo play off the bench? What are we getting from Frank Jackson?